I was a huge fan of the first It movie that came out in 2017. It was one of the first, if not the first, horror movie I've ever seen in theaters, and I really enjoyed the movie a lot. I really liked the messages in the movie. I just really had a good time with the movie. I thought that they handled it very well. It was really awesome getting to see how these different characters responded and reacted to the things that were happening in their lives. It was great. Great character development across the board. Just a fantastic movie. Now, I just got back from seeing It Chapter 2. I didn't like this movie as much as the first one, but it was still a really well done movie. I like the fact that you get to see the adult versions of these characters that we saw from the first one, and the actors who played the adult versions did a fantastic job in kind of portraying the younger versions of their characters in an adult way. I thought that everyone who was involved was fantastic. Like, James McAvoy's in it. He does a fantastic job. Jessica Chastain's great. They all really did a great job handling the characters. I guess one of the complaints that I would have about the characters in It Chapter 2 is that they kind of felt a little bit like like the shell versions of their child selves. Now, I'm not sure if that's because they're adults and so like they handle fear differently than they did when they were kids or what, but it definitely didn't quite capture me the same way that it did when they were kids, and seeing how they responded to things when they were kids. So that would be one of the things about this movie that I would say is a negative as far as comparing to the first one, was that It Chapter 2, it didn't really get me invested as much into what was happening with the characters as much as the first one did. But with that being said, everyone who was involved in this movie still did a fantastic job. And, what's his name? Bill Skarsgård is the guy who plays Pennywise, I believe, right? I think so. Yeah. He just is amazing. Like, he absolutely is fantastic as Pennywise, as he was in the first one. They definitely took the story into different directions here, and I've never read the book, so I don't know exactly how much of this is actually based on the book or anything, but my friend who I went to go see the movie with said that it was pretty accurate to the book, so that's cool to know. But it was interesting how this one kind of took the It lore into a bigger sort of universe, but at the same time it still felt very contained, very character oriented. Like, it had kind of the scope of a giant universe type of movie and stuff where, there's a lot of world building, but at the same time it was still very centered on what was happening with the group, the Losers Club, and how they were dealing with Pennywise. This really did feel in a lot of ways more like an action type of movie than a horror movie as well, which was kind of interesting. Like, the first one actually kind of freaked me out sometimes. I wasn't really freaked out at all with the second one. Like, there wasn't really anything that really got me as worked up and as scared as the first one did. And I think part of that might be because they're adults now, and so they're handling it a little bit differently. But at the same time, it felt kind of more like an action movie in some ways. It was kind of more about, like, these adults coming back to finally finish off the It character, which was pretty awesome. But overall, I really did enjoy this movie a lot. Honestly, like, I wouldn't say that I have any, like, huge complaints about the movie. I just didn't like it as much as I did the first one. Like, there was something really special about the first one, and this one, while it didn't quite capture that, it was still a well done sequel to that movie, and definitely worthy of being a sequel to that movie. So I would recommend it. I would probably give it like I'd give it like a 4 out of 5 probably. The first It movie was a 5 out of 5 for me. This one would be like a 4 out of 5 for me. So that would be my rating for the movie. So I still recommend it. And if you are looking for something to go watch, I do recommend going to see It Chapter 2. It was a great time. Still had good messages in the movie as well, like the first one, which I appreciate. So yeah, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed my review. If you have seen the movie, let me know in the comments below. What do you think about the movie? What were your thoughts about it? I would love to hear what you guys think about the movie. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you later. Bye.
with my heart's desire.